So all of that talk about being movement, this, that, and the other certified, we better move then, hadn't we? So, and moving, of course, it feels so good for us if we allow it to. So if anything should hurt, be uncomfortable, stop, take a breath, and move in a way that feels good. So with that said, let's do it. Take the feet a little wider and just begin to circle out your upper body over your legs. And I think this usually feels pretty nice as a movement starter for most people. So enjoy. And if there's a creak in the chair, we know that's not in our bones or any such thing. Let's take that in the other direction. Stirring the pot, waking it up. All right, we're going to add a little bit to this. So taking the arms in front, and you can interlace your fingers. So now we really are going to stir the pot. So we'll go back in the first direction with the arms out in front. And as if they're stirring a giant cauldron. Get things smooth. Change your direction. The other way. So we've got a little bit of a reach on top of our stirring. Lovely. Bring it all the way back into center. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer, about hip distance apart. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe just putting a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly. Enjoy a breath or two, sensing the breath in this moment. Movement of the breath. Movement of the body with the breath. Give a little shake out of the hands, the arms, and let the arms drop by the sides and gently swing. So releasing any kind of tension from the shoulders. We've got nice baggy sleeve arms. And then the arms, like maybe they're like pendulums, but the pendulums are slowing down until the arms are just hanging sweetly from the shoulders. Now we'll move with the breath and the shoulders again. Breath in and the shoulders rise. And breath out, shoulders glide down. And again, your pace. Feeling the shoulder blades gliding up over your ribs and gliding down. Following the breath. And one more nice, easy gliding shoulders. Smooth, easy breath. And then we'll roll the shoulders up and back, down, rolling away tension. So any tension that you might have built up through the day or the week, I don't know what's been going on with you, it's just rolling down your back as you roll your shoulders, rolling away onto the ground, splash into a little puddle. And we can roll our shoulders in the other direction, rolling forwards. And then steadying the shoulders down, we'll take just the right shoulder and roll it up and back and down. Nice and slow and purposeful. And up and back and down. And again, it's a little wheel rolling all the way. Lovely. Let's try that on the other side, rolling the shoulder up and back and down. So a more delineated movement. Finding all of the corners. One more nice, easy roll. Good, good, good. Then we'll get the shoulders gliding towards each other and away from each other. And we can do that a little more easily with the elbows by the sides, as if you're on a comfy chair, but no comfy chairs allowed. So starting to glide your elbows back and feel your shoulder blades glide toward the center. And then reach the shoulder blades apart as you swim the arms forward. Let's try that again. And you might synchronize your breath with this too, because it feels sort of natural to breathe in as your shoulder blades go together. And breathe out as your shoulder blades slide apart. But of course, you could just breathe your breath, or you could do the opposite if you really feel like that. See what works for you. One more. Nice, easy opening here. Good, good, good. Release the arms down. So let's see if we can just, with the breath, let the arms rise up. It doesn't have to be super high. And exhale it and float down. Inhale, they float up. And exhale, they float down. And at your leisure and pleasure, the arms might just drift a little higher if that feels good. Or not if it's uncomfortable. We take our time to warm up. And maybe a little bit at a time. That's getting easier. So as we do this one, maybe we're getting high, but this time the arms are going to come down and push back behind you. If you can, let the arms rising up. They're light as a feather. And the exhale, let them push back behind you. Let's see if we can do 2 more like that. Is it getting easier? That felt kind of nice. Now we need a little bit of room. So you can do this sitting the same way, but I'm going to move a little to the side to give myself room to take the hands and interlace them behind me. So I can get a nice stretch open of the chest, drawing the fingers back, and maybe lifting a little higher with the fists. And then from here, take a breath in and let your chin rise up. And breath out, chin down. Breath in, let the chin rise up. And breath out, the chin comes down. Let's try one more like that, letting the chin lift, little stretch in the throat. And then chin comes down. And if you can, start to hinge forward a little bit at the hip joints, folding to wherever you can go. Let your breath flow too. Lovely. Bringing it all the way back up. You can give the arms a gentle shake out. And then interlace your fingers. And do a little roly-poly of all of these joints that we're moving here. The fingers, the wrists, the elbows, and also even a little into the shoulder joint. Now let's stretch it out, bringing the palms forward. And we can round in again here. So just sitting to the side to show you what's going on. Nice stretch now into the back body, the back of the shoulders. Take a few breaths there. Then we'll see if we can reach the palms up. Again, do what you can here. Let's side bend to the right. Oh, big stretch in that side there. Come up through center and across to the other side. Big stretch. Coming up through center, release the arms down. And again, give it a little roll if that loosens and feels good. And we've done our nice side bends, but I think it's time for us to do a little bit of twisting. So we can embrace ourselves and just begin to twist the torso from side to side. Remember to take your breath with you. And the next time we go to the left, we're going to stay to the left, and you can let the arms hold on to the back of the chair and onto your leg, and take a seated twist. Turning the head. Letting the breath do some work to massage deep inside. Find some softening in your face muscles, your jaw, the eyes. Super. Coming to center, and let's go Nice and swift to the other side. You can hold the back of the chair, you can hold your legs. Try to really turn your head to. Let's see what we can feel of movement when we appear not to be moving, but we're moving in the inside with breath. Do you feel movement? Perhaps it's a soft billowing around the belly region, or side expansion of the ribs. Let's come back into center. So we're going to do a little bit of a little more twisting, but we'll start with the head, add a twist and move the head within the twist. And it's really kind of good to loosen all of the neck muscles in doing these two different combinations. So we can begin by simply turning the head to the right and then to the left. And I wonder if you notice any difference in those two sides. Let's go back to the right. And let your eyes really go far to the right corners. Let's turn our head to the left and let the eyes also go as far left as they can. Super, coming back into center. We'll come back to our twist toward the right. So a full seated twist. Turn your head as far as you can, even the eyes. And then keep your twist, but you're going to turn just the head to the left. And then turn the head back. And then turn your head again to the left. And turning your head back to the right. And try that 2 more times. And it's as if your head is like the top of a lighthouse. Gently turning. And turning back again. All right, let's come back into center. And we'll try that to the other side. So taking your full body twist to the left. Turn your head to the left. Remember to flow your breath. And then we'll turn our head, just the head turns all the way to the other side. Maybe we're like magic owls. I think that's the other kind of metaphor, right? Shall we turn our head so that the whole spine and the head are facing to the left? Let your breath flow as you turn your head to the right. And back. And again, all the way to the right, as far as you can comfortably go. And back one more time to the left. And then bringing the whole body back into center. Really nice. Okay, so now the head's going to go a little up and down, and our spine will follow. So first of all, breathing in, letting the chin rise, stretching the throat. And breathing out, chin down. Breathing in, chin lifts up. Breathing out, chin down. We're going to do it again 2 more times, but watch what the eyes are doing. Can your eyes follow the movement as the chin lifts up? Eyes also look up. Chin down, eyes also look down. And again, try to keep your jaw relaxed as you do this. Eyes follow the movement. Chin down, eyes down. All right, we're going to play with that one a little bit, just to stretch into the eye muscles. It's kind of fun to do this. And it's a coordination exercise for the brain. We're going to do the opposite with the eyes that the head is doing. So if the head goes up, which it can now, we're going to look down. So you might just see your cheeks and your bottoms of your eyelids. And then the chin goes down and the eyes look up, and you might see a bit of eyebrows. Let's try that again. Chin up, eyes down. Try to relax your hands here. I notice my fingers want to hold on for dear life. And then chin down, eyes looking up. Maybe you see eyebrows. We're going to try that one more time. Can you coordinate it? Chin up, eyes down. And then chin down, eyes. All right, head is back to center. Now let's add the whole of the spine. And again, I'll sit just to the side so you can get that whole expansion of your spine. So we started with the head and the neck. Then we'll add the upper spine. So round in the upper spine. We're there a little too often, aren't we? And then lift up the chest and the heart. So if you can picture the heart is going to go back as the chin comes down. And then the heart launches us forwards as the chin lifts up. Enjoy that with your breath if you like. Inhale as you come up. And then exhale as you round in with your heart. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, rounding the heart. Let's see if we can add some of that lower spine now. But I'm going to differentiate us a little bit because sometimes we don't move this area very well. So I'm going to give it a good rub. I hope you've got access with your chair, whatever you're sitting in, that you can give a nice rub to your sort of lower, mid and lower back. That's where our kidneys are located. So we're getting our chi going here. And we can put our hands onto our pelvic crests, that's right here, and give some assistance to movement in that low back. So we're going to push these bones a little forward, and you might notice you kind of arch your back, your bottom will widen a little bit. And then pull these bones back, and you'll maybe feel your tailbone will swing under. Let's see if we can get that movement. So breath in and tilt your pelvis forward. Breath out, roll your pelvis back, tail tucks under. Again, breath in, tilting forward, and exhale, rolling the pelvis back, tucking the tail. Breath in, roll forward, and breath out, tilt. If you think you've got the swing of that now, we'll add all of the spine. So we're not moving the head with this. I'm trying to get this differentiated. Can I move this area? We can unstick this and strengthen this a little. But we want now maybe the smooth flow of the whole spine. All right, shall we do it? And we can even express the arms a little bit. So breathing in, feel all of that move, the chin lift, the tail back. Exhale, tail swings forward, chin down. Inhale, heart lifts, tail back, chin up. Exhale, heart presses back, tail swings forward, chin down. Let's see if we can do 3 of those. Enjoy. Let the breath initiate the movement for you. And last one of those. Lovely. Then we'll add a little bit more with the arms, and we're going to take the arms to the side. So you can watch 1 or 2, and then you will find the flow. So breath in, lifting up. Breath out, swing across the arms to one side. Breath in to open. You've got beautiful butterfly wings. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swing into one side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swing across. Inhale, lift. I'll do 1 more each side. Nice reach across. Goody, goody. Hope that feels nice to me. And we're going to take legs a little wider. I hope it felt good to you. And take that stretch just that little bit more. Hold it and breathe within it. So the arms can reach up and across to the right and coming down and over to that leg. So rounding in, folding in a little bit. There's a nice stretch coming into the side of the back body perhaps for you. See where you can feel it. Settle in, enjoy. Take some of those breaths directly to the back body if you can. And why not? You have lungs there, the back too. 1 more nice deep breath there. And then coming up, we're going over to the other side. So arms can rise if that feels good. And coming across all the way, all the way. Settle into just the right place where you can feel a nice stretch into the back and perhaps the side of the body. And you're comfortable enough that it's easeful for you to breathe. You're ready to find your way back up again. Ta-da. Hands to the thighs, circle it out again. And I hope we're feeling some more spaciousness and ease within the ribs, the abdomen, that this just gets easier and easier. Movement gets easier the more we do it, right? Change of direction. Good, 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 good. So we'll keep the straddle if you can. If that feels that you need to shorten the position, then, feel free to shorten it. But we're going to do a little twisting and reaching with the arm and reaching forward and into space. It's as if, I want to pick something up that's on the desk over there. But nice and long reach stretches, slow, purposeful. You can really feel that side body open up. Let's take just a couple more. Nice big reaches, great. And then we'll bring the right elbow to the right side. We'll begin to sort of open and twist a little higher up when you're ready. Let your left arm dangle. And with the breath in, turn. Let your eyes follow your hands. You turn, turn, turn. With your exhale, bring your hand back and touch down to your right. Inhale, turn, follow with your eyes. And exhale, return. Inhale, twisting, letting the head turn. And touch back down. So we're going to do one more, but we'll keep the arm there. Keep the arm wherever you can. That feels doable. The head's looking at the hand. Keep the hand there, but then just turn the head to look down toward the knee. Breath in, turn the head to look to the hand. And breath out, turn the head to look to the knee. One more, turning the head. And then looking down to the knee and bringing that arm all the way back down, coming onto the other, resting onto the other leg. Let your right arm just dangle. You can feel a little supported with your forearm here. And then breath in, turning, head turns to look at the hand. And breath out, hand comes down, touches left knee, shin, foot, what you like. Breath in, reach it back. And breath out, turning back down. Trying that again. Nice, easy, easy glide. Come back and touch down. And the next one, we stay with the arm extended if you can. But let your head look down to the knee. And back to the hand. And back to look at the knee. And to the hand. And turning to look down to the knee. Bringing that arm back down. We put both hands onto the thighs, push our way back up. Heel toe the feet back together. And we'll get a little movement further down into the body now. Okay, so we'll take a right leg and we're going to pull the knee toward the nose. Maybe you want to kiss your knee. Good afternoon today. And what you might notice is if you do this lifting with your hands, you can lift your knee quite high toward you, right? Flexing at the hip joint, nice and folded. But then we'll do a few no arms, and you might notice, oh yeah, it's actually quite hard to lift your leg very high. So don't strain yourself to do that. But we can do it. All right, we're going to notice that on the other side. It may be different in each leg. But first of all, use your strong arms to draw your knee closer to your head. Remember to breathe. And then let's see if we just lift the leg and try not to move your back here while you move your hip joint, right? Try not to like bend your back forward if you can avoid it. Breathe though, that's quite useful. All right, let's come back to the first side. We're going to do the right side again, and we're going to take the knee out, in, like you're opening and closing a gate. Get the hip joint nice and lubricated. Very good. Then you can put the foot down, but you're going to roll the knee out and roll the knee in. So this is a different type of movement to the hip joint. We're rotating out and rotating in. Very good. We're going to do that on the other side. So bring the knee up and open and close the gate. And I wonder if you're picking up any difference of resistance on one side compared to another. Like, is there a stiffer side? Be very kind and gentle to that side if that's true. And then we can just rest the foot for a moment and roll the leg out and in and out and in and out and in. Then if you bring the feet together and roll both knees out, and you've got a sort of a little position here that is quite common in yoga, to sit with the legs like this. And it's all right for a little while. We get a nice stretch here. But we have to do a little of the opposite too. And that's to take the feet wide and let the knees kind of roll in. And then we can find those two positions that I mentioned of turning out and in, which is, by the way, kind of in your feet too. So if your knees are in, notice your feet are more on the inside edge and the pinky edge is a little bit lifted. And then we can come back and bring the feet together and roll the knees out. And we can also breathe. So we're in a sort of a prep for tree pose here, and we'll do that in the chair. That you might want to use your strap, which mine has joyfully disappeared. Oh, no strap for me today. I don't know where that's disappeared to. But if you have your strap, you might put your strap around your foot. We can do the right foot first and just place the foot there. Or maybe you don't need a strap. It's up to you. But you might snuggle it a little higher up. Remember, sit up tall. And we can have our branches if you want to, or a branch if you're holding the strap. And then for a moment, you are the most beautiful tree. Choose your tree. I gently let the branches come down, place the foot down, and we'll do that on the other side. So you can always just rest with your foot kind of resting on your other foot with the knee going out, or you can place a little higher. You can place a little higher still. It's up to you. But what we're looking for is this thigh to open out to the side a little bit. So find where feels good, feel supported, sit up tall, and maybe you can find your branches, or if you're holding a strap, you have one branch. Feel there's a lovely tall spine. And breath to support you, soften you, but also strengthen you. And branches soften down. Give it a little stamp of the feet. We're going to have to do that tree pose standing, methinks. But we need to make sure that feet are in a happy state and the knees too. So give a gentle glide of your hands over your knees. Maybe the sides, inside and outside, would be good to just give a little warmth and attention to. And then we'll give a kick of each leg and check in. Knees are strong and supportive to do that. And we'll extend the right leg and do some movements of the foot. So you can point and flex your ankle. And then side to side, your ankle, but don't move your leg when you're doing that. And then circle. And we can do that the other direction. And your ankle joints, your foot joints, nice and mobile today? I hope so. And then wiggle all of your toes. And then we'll bunch the toes together and then spread the toes and bunch the toes and spread the toes and do that a few times. So nice active joints of the toes, the midfoot. Fabulous. Tappity tap. We're going to do that on the other side. So extend the leg. You can always hold the leg if you really need to, if you feel your knee gets cramped. And then we'll do a movement of the ankle. And we can go a little side to side. And take that into a full circle. And let's go in the other direction. Lovely. And then wiggle all of the toes. Are there any that don't want to move in there? Wake up, come on. And then we'll do like a little scrunch motion, like you're trying to pick something, grasp something, and then flare and spread your toes. And try that a few times. Sometimes that gives me a little bit of a crampy feeling, but you know, if that happens, sorry. But cramps are not too dangerous, and they're just your muscles trying to figure out what's what. All right, then give that a little tap. And let's activate all of these joints. So the ankles, the knees, and the hip joints, and a little bit of core response here. So tucking the feet underneath and leaning forward. And then can you toggle between lifting heels and sitting bones? And sitting bones, heels. And if you can't do that, you can just choose one or the other, or just rock forward and back. And that's our warm-up into getting up. I hope you'll join me, ta-da, in getting up for some of the standing exercises that we'll use the chair for. So once you're up, I think we're going to do a little shake out. So shaking and waking. First of all, the arms. And maybe you can just shift the weight a little side to side. You can shake the arms forward. Some of you might be able to lift a foot off the floor while you do this. Take them high, take them to the sides. And then we're going to lean into the chair, hold the chair and shake a leg. So really give it a good shake. And you can shake an arm. And you can shake the leg forward and the arm back, and then the leg back and the arm forward. The leg forward and the arm back, and so on. And then we're just going to make a little comparison and notice the two sides of the body, if they feel at all any different. And I definitely have much more sensation on the side that just got that little shake out. I think we should catch up with the other side. So I'll go to the other side of the chair, and I'm going to shake a leg. That's a nice expression, isn't it? To get moving. Shake a leg. So we're looking for as like floppy as possible, really floppity. And then you can shake an arm. And then we'll see if we can shake the leg back and the arm forward and change that to the other way. And again, leg back, arm forward, and leg forward, arm back. Fabulous. Pause in your standing pose now. And do you feel somewhat energized in your limbs? I feel it's quite easy to stand. My posture is nice and easy from that. So I think that we should do tree pose standing. So let's do it. So we're back to the fact that tree pose is also a hip opener at the front. So you can hold your chair, whichever side. We've got two sides, so we should be all right. But the outer leg is going to be toes down, heel up. And you'll swing open and close your little gate. It might be useful to have a little bend into the standing leg knee as well, just a little bit. And then you can see maybe you can lift the leg from the floor and do that little swing, open and close. You're breathing, right? Good. Now see how far we can swing this and place the foot to wherever it'll go. Again, you can always have toes touch down if you prefer, or we're going to have the leg a little higher and just gently brush out and think, out we go, out this turns, out this turns. Then we have a brush up, 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 up at the front of the body, and you've got a branch. And maybe, what about the other branch? Do you maybe want another branch? It's up to you. Maybe you prefer to hold on. And whatever your choice, we're going to be here for 3 nice, deep, conscious breaths. Let that come down. Be a biped once more. And then shake things out. Can we shake all 4 limbs at the same time? Not quite. So we can shake what we can shake. All right, let's try that onto the other side. Good, good, good. Okay, so again, I would keep just a little bend into the standing supporting leg. The other leg, you're on your toes, your heel is up, and we're just swinging that leg open and close like a gate. And that action is happening like right in here. You might even feel that. And that's where your hip joint is, right in there. Now let's see if we can brush out a little and find where am I going to put the foot on this leg. Is it different than on the other side? Maybe. Just brushing that out. Now, are we poised to find a branch extending? And maybe you're not holding with so many fingers, or maybe this branch could be independent. And wherever you feel this is just the right challenge for me, stick with it and see if you can do 3 really good conscious breaths. Time to be a biped. Hurrah, hurrah. So we'll do just a couple of nice standing side bends. I think that would feel really great to open up here. And we've done kind of warmed up with that in the seated stuff. So take the feet just a little wider. And whichever side is nearest the chair, you can hold on to the back of the chair, or we might even be looking toward reaching to the seat. Let's see. But you're going to turn your feet in towards the direction of the chair. So both feet turn in that away. Take a little bend into your knees. Reach down and either onto the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Let the other arm slowly release down and pull the energy all the way through the legs, letting the arm rise up, and you're into triangle pose. Opening up into the side body. Enjoy a breath or two here. And then see if you can turn your head to look toward your hand. And then down toward the floor. Turn your head towards your hand. And down toward the floor. And one more if you can, looking up. Releasing that top arm down. Coming back into center. Bring the feet together. Shake it out. Stamp it out. And we're going to the other side. You couldn't miss it. So it's up to you how wide your stance is, but you want a little bit wider than hip distance at any rate. You can always go a little more if you feel like it, but you decide. And then we're going to turn our feet toward the chair. And you can either use the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. It depends. But take a nice little bend into your legs. Ease your way there. See if you can reach out, one or the other. Let the other arm kind of hang and dangle. And just like a little rag doll, we're going to pull the energy up through the rag doll and bring the rag doll up to life as you take the arm up. Straighten out through the legs a little more. and let the arm rise. There's the tip of the triangle. Can you see the tip of the triangle? And then looking down toward the base of the triangle, turning the head down, and then turning the head back up. Let the head turn down, and the head gently turning back to look to the tip of the triangle. Enjoy a breath there. Lovely. Release the top arm down, bend into the legs, bring it back into center. Walk the feet back towards each other together. Just shake it out, stamp it out. All right, have we time? We have time for a nice downward dog stretch with the chair. And you can use, again, either the top part of the chair or go a little lower. You could even use the legs of the chair if you're feeling ambitious today. So we're going to get a good stretch to the backs of the legs if we walk them back. Now I begin with bent legs. Begin with bent legs, get that nice width across your bottom, and then explore straightening the legs a little more, a little more, a little more without bending your back. And you can decide just where your stretch is going to be with your arms, higher or lower. And then settle in with breath. One more easy breath, you got it. And then we'll bend into the legs, walk the feet to the chair. And we'll lift up the heels, lift up the heart. And gently heels come down. And we'll find our way back to the chair. Ta-da, ta-da. Very, very nice. All right, so I think we have to do our nice forward fold because we haven't done a lot of that, and that's the time to relax and rest. So let your hands glide over your knees, down, down, down. Let the head relax and rest. A little bit of blood flow to the eyes, to the face. You might even have a gentle nod of the head in a yes motion. And then let that motion stop and just the head hang, hang, hang. Next breath in, rising all the way up, 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 up. Letting the fingers rise all the way up. And exhale, fold it down again. Wherever you can go, as far south as you can head here. Relaxing breaths. Next breath in, rising all the way, all the way, all the way. Fingers rise up. And we can spread our wings, spread our wings, spread our wings. Ah, that feels good. Let's take a gentle roll of the shoulders. And then we'll swing the right arm out to the side. Reach your fingers back, turn your head to the left. Nice stretch across the chest. Bring the head to center, sweep the arm across. Again with the shoulder here, turn your head the opposite way. Relax that arm, let it go. Let's do the same on the other side. Sweeping the arm back, fingers back, head turns to the right. Head returns to center, arms across your body. Snuggle that other arm and hug it in, hug your arm, shoulder in, and turn your head to look over that shoulder. Add a little breath into that shoulder blade if you can. And let it go. Give yourself a big hug. We've got one elbow on top of the other. And today's a pretty warm day. It's a peel the sweater off day. So we're going to do that. Let the elbows rise, peeling off the sweater. Ah, nice big stretch. Oh, that feels so good. We're going to do it on the other side. So whichever elbow was on the top, switch it. Get ready to peel off the sweater. Oh, nice big stretch, big reach, big reach. And it's time to end the practice today. So thank you for sharing movement yoga with me today.